From the Macon Centerplex, it's the fourth of four semifinal ball games inside the AA classification. It's the second boys semifinal as the Vidalia Indians take on the Manchester Blue Devils. And hello again, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA network. Alongside my broadcast partner, Justin Hanover, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Vidalia at 27-3 comes into this ball game, outscoring their opponents 74-52. They've won 5 straight ball games, Justin.
It's been an interesting run for them, though. In the first round of the playoffs, they needed double overtime just to dispose of Cook. They beat Dodge County 65-58, and in the last win against Albany, also the Indians, Albany didn't have their uniform, so they were assessed a technical right off the bat, had to play in their warm-ups. So we'll see what shenanigans goes on today.
All 3 of their losses this year for the Indians coming by combined 11 points. You see the starting lineups for Manchester being announced. The Blue Devils come in at 22-2 overall. They've won 9 consecutive ball games themselves, outscoring their opponents 75-58. In the quarterfinals, to get to this semifinal matchup, they beat the 2-time defending champion, number 1 ranked, Greater Atlanta Christian School.
And definitely look at Zay Eccles today off the bench, 14 points in that game. Saquon Terry scored a dozen, and he had 3 triples in the first quarter alone. Manchester's going to look to run. They've scored 90-plus points in 6 of their games this year, so we're going to have another interesting affair here between 2 top-notch programs. Vidalia
comes in ranked number 8 in the state. They're led by head coach Tommy Daly with an 83-27 record at Vidalia, 226-16 in his coaching career inside the state. Manchester, number 5 in the state. They're led by head coach Curtis Noble, now in his 9th season at the Meriwether County School, where he has taken them to now their 3rd Final Four and a state championship in 2007.
And it looks like both uniforms are as they're supposed to be, so no technicals, no 1-0 lead before the ball's tipped.
We're off to a good start then.
But when Indians play against Indians, as that happened last time, all bets are off.
Yeah. Well, today it's Blue Devils and Indians, so we'll see. Vidalia, the team in red, as you may see. The Blue Devils in white and blue. Our 4th semifinal, second for the boys here in the AA classification, is underway. Indians start out with possession. You saw the starters on the graphic, but let's give them to you one more time. It's Atkins, Black, Reed, Sharp, and Johnson for Vidalia. It's Terry, Martin, Turner, Lockhart, and Prather for the Blue Devils. And a steal to start. And the break. May see a lot of this tonight. Going straight to the rack, no foul called, and the follow put back up and in by Damian Turner. Turner averaging 12 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals per ball game. Another steal, or at least another turnover, and Vidalia gets it right back. Nope. Yet another one. And a block from behind. Oh my goodness.
Raquan Reed with some hustle coming back on that play. Did not think he committed a foul, but he was assessed one. Little rugged first 48 seconds to this one.
Yeah, this could be extremely entertaining, folks. Manchester with a 2-0 lead. Turner standing at the line. Damian, just a junior.
Not a big fan of the mouthpiece in the mouth when he shoots the free throw.
Damian mentioned his stats at the start, a real stat stuffer, touching just about every category. Misses the second half of the 2 free throws. He's got 3 points, and so does Manchester. Winner of this one takes on Laney in the state championship game. Underneath. And we got ourselves another foul. This time, Cole Johnson going to the line. Johnson, a junior at 6'5", averages 8 points, 6 rebounds per ball game.
It's a good little up and under move there by the big fella. Had the defender get off his feet, put it up, just couldn't make the hoop.
Smart. Around the rim and out. Head coach Tommy Daly said we have a great mix of youth and experience coming together at the right time. That's how he described his team in 2011-2012. 3-1. Oh boy. All the way down, had a man wide open on baseline. Kick out for a three in the corner. No good. That was Terry shooting that three. Loose ball picked up by DeMonte Prather. Or DeMonte if you prefer. Corner three again, this time goes. Saquon Terry had 12 points in the quarterfinal win over GAC. He averages 16 per ball game.
And again, Terry with 3 triples in that first quarter of the last game. So obviously a quick starter here, or at least recently.
And a walk.
I don't think that's a call they make in the NBA. You don't normally see the little palming. Every now and then, maybe.
Terry, another guy that really stuffs that stat sheet. Atkins kicks out. The three for Reed, no good. The tip out. And here comes Manchester on the break again. Ought to slow this one down, however. They did not have numbers. Vidalia did a good job of getting back defensively. They still get a foul underneath, however.
Not a bad foul, though. It's a fast break opportunity. Sure. Probably a layup. Not a bad foul, especially considering it's on the floor.
Right. Three from deep. No good. It's Terry again. Senior been very aggressive so far in this one.
Little reach by Damian Turner. Little sloppy play there. Tried to get the steal just a little bit too far.
At the top, Jordan Black. Now he'll give it up, and he's got it back.
Look for Devin Atkins really to start taking over a little bit. 26 points per game here in the playoffs, 7 assists as well. Can do it from all over offensively.
Black penetrates, off glass, no good. Cole Johnson went for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Off of either he or Chris Sharp, one way or another. Blue Devils have it back. Our officials tonight, Bill McNair, John Ewalt, that's right, and Terrence Isom.
Make sure you say Isom. You said before the game, his name's Isom. So nicely done by you.
Thanks.
You don't want to butcher a referee's name.
No, I don't. Nice break. Nice pass, and Jordan Black was behind the defenders for the score. It's 6-3. Boy. 8-3.
Defense just didn't get back on that one. Cardarius Favors able to put it up and in all alone down there.
Cole now going right to the rack. Cole Johnson scores. The junior. 8-5. An 8-5 score between the number 8 and 5 team in the state. The Symmetry. Driving. Baseline, not a bad idea, but he lost it on the way up. That was Cardarius. Trying for his second bucket. Atkins averaging 26 points per ball game, as you mentioned earlier. There it is. No, yes he does. The ball hanging up on the rim, playing tricks on the crowd and a broadcaster alike, and we're tied at 8. Great pass and a foul inside. Love that pass.
I believe they're going to call that on Johnson.
His second.
Could have called a couple of them there.
Nope. Now they hit Chris Sharp.
They did. I'm not sure if that was exactly who did the the hack at the right moment, but
Prather at the line. A senior forward at 6 foot even. Halfway through the first quarter, he hits 1 out of 2 free throws, and a 1-point lead for the Blue Devils. Wide open spaces at the top of the key. He may have been too wide open there, was Trey Hardy.
Early on here, it looks like the Blue Devils with the run of play. They've been in the lead, but you look up, 3.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. It's a 1-point lead, and now it's Vidalia taking their first lead, I believe, in the ballgame.
Absolutely, and it's Devin Atkins. You called it a moment ago. I emphasized it just after you did, and ever since we talked about it, he's starting to put it on him. A 3-ball, off iron, no good. Look at that mad scramble for the basketball. And here comes Atkins. The dish. Got the defender up and completes the bucket. He'll go to the line for the chance at the 3-point play. Talk about Devin Atkins. I'll talk about Jordan Black going to the line in one moment. But Atkins, 26 points per game. I've already mentioned that. But also 7 assists per ball game, Justin. That's so important for your big-time scorer. 2 steals. He's their point guard and their leader.
And 7 assists a game. Let's remember, this is 32 minutes of action. Right. Not the NBA's 48, not college of 40. You're averaging 7 assists in 32 minutes. If you do some quick math, that's basically an assist every 4.5 or so minutes. That's pretty impressive. Not
enough that he's got the 26 points, but also the 7 assists. So, you know, he may be doing what we've called on some players to do throughout the entirety of our day in coverage here. When defenses collapse on you, if you're the big scorer for your team, don't be afraid to dish the basketball.
And again, that's basically accounting for a point every minute from one player.
Sure.
26 and 7's 33 and 32 minutes. It's a 12-3 run right now for Vidalia. They've completely seized the momentum.
One more tremendous statistic on their floor leader, Devin Atkins. He scored over 100 points combined in the 3 playoff games. He is truly their MVP. Now to Jordan Black, who's looked pretty good so far in this ball game. This kid just a freshman. What's Black got now? 3?
5.
5 points for Jordan Black, the freshman at 6'1". 14-9, quickly. Battle underneath. Lockhart, not that time. Favors is sent away. Found it on the ground, and they'll hit him with a walk. Listen to the energy in this building, Justin.
Yeah, it's the most emotional game so far. Good refereeing, though. They're letting them play. They could have called a foul there. They could have called 4 fouls there. But you know what? They're setting the tone. They'll let it go both ways. Good refereeing right there.
Underneath, Johnson scores. Cole Johnson. I'll tell you the reason there's so much energy in this building. A lot of people think the winner of this game may win the tournament. Or at least these 3 and 4 teams in this semifinal. It's so wide open between Laney, Jordan, Manchester, and Vidalia. Well, Laney got their win. You legitimately now have 3 teams left that could win the state title.
You certainly do, and it's now a 15-3 run for the Indians.
Underneath, good athletic move, couldn't quite finish. The follow by 15, that's Trayvon Lockhart up, still loose, pulled out of the mob by Kevis Martin. He'll give it up, and the 3 by Turner, no good. Tapped out of bounds, I believe Cole Johnson touched it last. Yes, he did. .214 mark. High level intensity in this one. Manchester finished 20-9 last year, lost to East Hall in the Sweet 16. They beat them in the playoffs this year to get their revenge. Terry lost the handle. Here's Martin, he can't finish. Ball in the air and pulled away by the Indians. And then a strip that eventually goes off of Atkins.
Atkins tried to get a little bit too fancy right there for his own good, and it cost him.
Vidalia, on the other hand, went 25-4 last year. A lot of people forget the regular season they had last year, and they lost in the second round upset of the state tournament. Boy, the banging underneath.
They're letting him play.
I love it.
These referees are letting them play, and I'll tell you what, the players are going to respect that, and they're not going to whine and they're not going to cry because they know the ground rules so far in this one.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. The officiating's been consistent. They know what to expect now. 3-ball from the wing is good. And that is exactly what Saquon Terry and the Blue Devils needed. But going back to our previous discussion, it's just good physical play. It's not like anybody's getting mobbed on the inside. Going back the other way.
It is. It's good physical play. Nobody's getting hurt. Let them play. These are big boys. They're ready to play at this level.
Yet I laugh because I look over at the scoreboard, and having said that, we've already had 8 fouls called in the ball game.
But they're not fouls down low.
Right. They probably could have called 15 more. Oh, boy.
That's a bad turnover. That's not recognizing where you are for Zay Eccles.
Yeah, Zay standing on the sideline.
You see the man-to-man right here, everybody matching up.
Trey Hardy drives in, charge. Saw that one from a mile and a half away.
Yeah, he was just out of control on that one.
Love the effort, maybe not the thought process. Under a minute. Blue Devils controlled, I'd say, probably the first 5 minutes of this one. But they trail by 4 now, and it's been because of plays like that.
Good interior pass, though, by Terry on that one. Some better defense, though, out of it.
.5. Terry to key it in, where he gives it to Kevis Martin. Martin works it around. This is Turner. It's no good. And the rebound pulled away by Atkins. Add some rebounds to the kid's stat sheet now. Will they take the last shot? Too much time, 30 seconds. Throws up a floating fall-away jumper that's no good. Rebound pulled away by Nick McBride. Atkins got it back, throws it up, still no good. McBride there for another big rebound. And as he throws one up, he is fouled.
You can tell just in that one possession alone, McBride is your banging blue-collar guy that may not be the most skilled, but he's going to get in there and he's going to get the boards.
McBride, a junior at 6'3", got him listed as a power forward on the roster. Right-hander. Throws it up shot put style and hits.
Crowd very much into this game. A filled arena for the most part. Emotional.
Gets a good backspin on the second free throw, and it goes. 6-point Vidalia lead. Driving baseline. Terry forced to give it up. Work around, he's got it back, he lost it. Reach and foul.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Seven seconds. Martin had it, lost it. Loose ball, gonna bring us to the end of the quarter. Not quite.
Good effort by Jordan Black right there.
Tremendously impressive quarter by both teams. A tale of two halves inside one quarter. The first dominated by Manchester, the second half by Vidalia. It's a 6-point Indian lead at the end of one on the network. Back for second half action from the Centerplex, where, gotta tell you, through a day and a half, every boys game we have seen has been a tight one. 6-point game. Vidalia with an 18-12 lead over Manchester.
No reason to expect anything else here. You see both teams are out for blood. Both teams are looking to win this game. The 15-3 Vidalia run so far being the difference through 8 minutes.
It's Hosel Campbell with the ball now. Working it over to Trayvon Lockhart. Then over in the corner to Zay Eccles. Now they work it back around to each one of them. Zay dumped down on baseline. Gets it back. That's Trayvon Lockhart. The senior at 5'9", scores to bring his team back to within 4. Oh, boy. Is that a walk right here in front of us?
Could have been called that way.
Close. Johnson picked up his dribble, got trapped. Holloway drives and is sent away. Absolutely sent away by Lockhart. Vidalia keeps the possession. At the top now, McLeod. It's Lee McLeod into the ball game now, a senior at 5'7". Work around to Holloway. Deshaun driving again, throws up another floater. This time he got a little closer. It's no good. Goes out of bounds. Did not touch anybody on its way out of bounds. So it's blue ball.
Some great work there by Trayvon Lockhart defensively. Just an absolute force on that possession. Made 3 or 4 big-time defensive plays.
Oh boy, wide open lane, but he can't quite finish it. Oh my, Kivas Martin. Don't see that much out of Kivas. He averages 14 points per ball game. Again, a little too wide open. We've seen that a few times today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good moves, but it's not worth much if you can't finish.
Jordan.
Ooh, I don't know about that call.
That's close.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Wow.
Doesn't matter what we think. You're not wearing stripes.
No, we're not.
Nope.
It was just a nice spin move in my opinion, but officials have done a remarkable job so far keeping this under control yet letting them play.
Yeah, officiating been very good today. Yes. All day today. I'll tell you, Jordan didn't like the call. He's still mad. In the corner, Terry can't get it to fall. Follows his own shot and scores. No, pardon me. That's Hosel Campbell. Oh, he came flying in out of nowhere from the elbow, and now he makes a steal. Campbell very smartly gives it up. Jumper baseline is good. Zay Eccles, 4 3-point field goals versus GAC. And another steal. What the Blue Devils do best. Jump ball. And Vidalia wins the robotic arrow. My favorite call in all of sports. A light bulb that decides possession.
We've just seen the next momentum swing right there. A great last 30 seconds here for the Blue Devils. And this thing's all tied up at 18 now.
Look at this. Too far.
Good thought, just not executed. Trey Hardy was streaking. You just can't outrun a basketball. At least I can't.
I don't know, from what I hear you're pretty quick, actually.
It's all relative.
Yeah. Okay. Damian Turner at the top gives off to Hosel Campbell. Now Turner got it again in the corner, 3-ball. In and out. Boy, if Eccles had hit that, this place would have erupted. Foul. That's Johnson. How many does Cole Johnson have? Let's wait for the official score to tell us. Justin says 2. First. Oh boy. Somebody put the tick mark in the wrong box. I know for a fact he's been tagged at least once before.
I thought so as well.
Yeah. Well, 6 fouls now for Vidalia. So here we go. 6 fouls for the Indians, 5 for the Blue Devils. And with 5 solid minutes left to play in the half, we're about to get into a free throw shooting contest. 3-ball. No. Off back iron. And the Indians have it. Watch Atkins. Watch his speed. Oh boy. The break. It's Turner scoring. If that ball had not gone in, by the way, that would have been a goaltend.
Well,
automatic goaltend.
They should have called that, I think, anyway, as a goaltend, shouldn't they? Even if it goes in there?
Well, yeah, I guess you're technically right. Yeah, sure. Atkins at the top, and look at the Blue Devils. They remind you of Duke with their uniforms and their attitude. You had a couple of guys clapping their hands and one guy smacking the court there to spur on their own defense. We've got a foul that'll send Cole Johnson to the line. If we could ever get the Marietta Blue Devils to play the Manchester Blue Devils, you'd never know which team was which if they both wore the white or blue.
Well, just have one team not show up with their uniforms and put on the practice ones.
Front iron, the free throw is Cole Johnson.
That is a good story, though. Whoever does not know about that, basically, last week, I'll repeat myself. Vidalia, the Indians, played the Albany Indians. Albany brought their home uniforms. They were not the home team. They were assessed a technical before the game. They had to play with their warm-up jerseys because they couldn't use the home ones, and it was a 1-0 game thanks to that technical before the ball was even tipped.
Now, I was not aware of that. Did they play the entire game in the warm-ups? Or were the other uniforms brought in?
From what I understand, the entire game.
Wow. That's brutal. That is brutal. Somebody packed the wrong bags. Cole Johnson, you see, being treated on the sideline there by the medical staff for Vidalia. Got a little cut on his wrist there, and as is procedure, they want to tape that up, try to stop the bleeding.
Sure. You have that in all sports these days, obviously, for
many reasons.
For many reasons. What happened, though, if that Albany-Vidalia game ended by 1? You think somebody would have been feeling bad right about then?
Yeah, or worse. 2-point game. 6 fouls apiece. Cole having to show the man in stripes that there is no blood coming out from his wrist, but is actually being pushed back over now. Now, they'll not get another opportunity to fix this situation, by the way. The officials will be obligated to send him off. You're seeing the explanation. What you think is going on over there?
I think somebody wants to stay in the game, and some referee says you're not going to stay in the game. And the referee normally wins out, and that's going to be the case right here.
Is that cut and dry, huh?
Lee McLeod's coming in to shoot that free throw.
Oh, boy.
That's what you call being cold off the bench. Let's see how he could do.
McLeod. Back irons it. Ball loose. Manchester's got it. Well, the substituting free thrower coming in reminds you of the end of the Athens Christian game. If you out there are watching on the GHSA network did not see the semifinal action in the single A classification yesterday, you must go check out the finish to the Athens Christian semifinal ball game. Boy, oh boy, what a finish. Terry at the line. 16 points, 4 steals, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, the first. Bounces out.
It's a good rebound by Ramel Tompkins right there. He got up, good box out. Nobody else was going to grab that board.
About to hit the 4-minute mark. Manchester's come screaming back with 8 straight points, I believe, to take a 2018 lead. Was it not 18-12?
That is an 8-0 run, you're correct. It's 18-12 after a quarter. 4 minutes basically of not scoring right now for the Indians. And once again, the referee's letting them play right there. Contact in the lane.
Not a bad idea. Execution just a little lacking. Atkins.
Cole Johnson obviously back in the game after the bloody incident.
Trying to take on his defender. Now 2 guys come over to double team and he throws the ball away. A little miscommunication there. But I'm not sure even if Jordan Black had gone the way that Atkins thought he was going to, that would have been caught.
Yeah, it was an errant pass to an extent, no doubt. Miscommunication and a little pass that was too far.
Back and forth these 2 teams go. Nice. 3 ball. Good. Saquon Terry moved away from the initial defender, got him up in the air, stepped about, 2 feet to his left, and banged it down.
Yeah, set his feet, good balance. Third 3 of the game, 9 points now in all.
That pass a little too hot for Cole Johnson, out of bounds, another turnover. Manchester putting on their run, much like Vidalia did a few minutes ago.
Yeah, this is a big-time run right now, shutting Vidalia out in this quarter, and we're 5 minutes in, basically.
Wow. Yeah, you're exactly right. Still a 9-0 quarter for Manchester, right? 3 ball, that's big. Left it short. They had it underneath. It's still loose. We're going to get a jump ball. Yes, we are. Manchester will keep it, however.
It's an 11-0 quarter right now, by the way.
11-0.
It's 18-12 after 1.
Right.
It's a game of streaks.
Boy, did you ever think you'd see that when Vidalia was on their run earlier?
It's a game of streaks. You can't get too carried away with the one run, how good a team looks, because we know these teams are both exceptional. They're both going to have their runs. And
really, for the most part, pretty even, by the way. Manchester outscores their opponent 75-58. Vidalia outscores their opponent 74-52.
High-scoring offenses. Score them in bursts.
Similar records.
Now that's got to be Cole Johnson's second, right? If they announce the first right now, something's wrong.
I think this time it will be his second. Meanwhile, that's the 8th, by the way, Justin, and you know where I'm going with this, so maybe I'll just lay off of it and let you take it. Eight fouls. We inch closer to the double bonus.
We do.
First free throw good on the 1-and-1. For those of you not familiar with the high school rule, once the offending team gets to 7 fouls, the other team gets what's called the 1-and-1, the first free throw, and if you make it, you get a second. Once you get to 10, the opposing team gets 2 automatic free throws. Both free throws knocked down, in this case by Terry.
Now, you may be a little too young, but do you remember the 3 for 2 back in the day?
3 for 2? I'm not that much younger than you, am I?
You would get 3 shots to make 2. Back in the NBA.
Nah, you're just messing with me.
Yes, that is the case, my friend.
I'm too tired after all these ball games over the last 2 days to figure out if you're messing with me or not.
3 for 2.
Atkins going to give off to Black. Fine young freshman who's been running the point for him a good bit in this ball game, when Atkins hasn't anyway. And Atkins has been trusting him. Dish off, McBride can't get it, gets his own follow and scores with the foul. You called it earlier, Nick McBride, the muscle inside.
You see it right there, Devin Atkins. Are you kidding me what he just did? He was doubled. Didn't matter, he blew past the double team, went past the third defender, everybody collapsed, and then you see Nick McBride, the beneficiary there, making that second shot. And now McBride with 5 points in the game. Only Atkins' 6 is more for the Indians.
You're right, he looks physical underneath there. That's the one easy element of his game we can see, but he also looks like a pretty good leaper.
Yeah, he can jump. Strong. You definitely saw that right there.
Yep, his positioning has looked very good inside. And now, here you go. The two teams again, they've just flip-flopped.
Whoever has that last bit of momentum tonight, in about an hour from now, probably will come out on top.
Yeah, this may literally be whoever's got the ball last. You're right, Atkins goes soaring to the bucket and scores. It's now a 5-0 run for Vidalia after a 13-0 run by Manchester. 18-12 at the end of 1. It was 25-18 then, Manchester after their 13-0 run. Now at 25-23.
And there was that early 15-3 Indian run as well.
Right. Look at that,
great
streaking.
Pass.
And a foul. No choice. Had to foul him, didn't they?
No doubt. That's a great pass. Saquon Terry, when you shoot the 3 the way he does, you've got to respect it and come out on him. And that opened up the floor right there, and he just rocketed through the middle.
It's Queasy Mason now at the line. Queasy, a junior. Boy, they got a lot of underclassmen here, Justin. They got a lot of underclassmen as I'm looking at their rotation of key players. He misses the first. The left-hander does, off left iron. Terry's a senior, Eccles a senior, Lockhart's a senior.
It's a junior-heavy team for the most part.
Yeah. 1:35 left first half in the second AA semifinal matchup for the boys. Lane violation. Good gracious, seen a lot of that.
We've seen a lot of those today. I was just going to say that, which is almost inexcusable. I know you want to play hard, you want to get in that lane, but you've got to realize you just can't do it.
Right.
You have to be smarter and do it in a sneakier way. Look at the speed by Atkins.
Yeah. 3. Boy, cold-blooded. He just caught and shot. Push. And score. Beautiful job by Denzel Clements now into the ball game to receive the pass down court and then all of a sudden find the streaking man. Was it Turner?
Yes, it was.
Damian Turner on the
7
bucket.
right now.
Pardon me, didn't mean to step on you, Justin. How many?
7.
Oh, boy.
There's Atkins, though, the other way now with a game-high 10 in the final minute.
Game-high 10.
Actually, excuse me, Saquon Terry has 11, team-high 10.
27-25. Manchester trying to hold on to their lead. I got $1 that says this is not the final possession at 40 seconds. Clements is rejected. Picked up the loose ball is by Terry.
Well, is this a new possession, though? What's the judge's ruling?
New possession.
New possession? Okay.
Still not the last possession, though, my friend. I don't care that Turner stands right down here in front of us with it. 3-ball corner pocket. In and out. Oh, my goodness. McLeod himself rejected. Picks up the loose ball at 10 seconds. Dumped down inside. Jordan, the freshman, tries to dish off to McBride. And it goes out of bounds off of a Blue Devil. Atkins to key it in at 6.4.
This will be the final possession, though, right?
Pretty sure. Black spins. Gives off McBride. Black should have taken that one, the tip up. Another opportunity, and they can't finish it off. Boy, Black should have taken that one himself. McBride had a chance, but what a tremendous first half of basketball from the Macon Centerplex. Both sides on their feet here at this historic old building. The Manchester Blue Devils, the Vidalia Indians, a 2-point game on the GHSA network. Back for second half action of our second semifinal for the boys in the AA classification. Alongside Justin Hanover, I'm Chris Mooney. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA Network, your exclusive home for the state semifinals. An amazing, fast-paced, quick, and real-time, entertaining first half.
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling overtime.
I knew you were going to say that. You said that at the break.
I have this feeling.
Lisa Weiss about punched you.
These two teams just are really good, seem evenly matched, going on runs. This thing's coming down to the last possession.
Well, very, very well could. It was 18-12. Vidalia was out in front at the end of one, and then a 13-0 run and a 17-point second quarter by Manchester has seized the lead. So here we go. If you're just tuning in, here's hoping for your sake that this third quarter and fourth quarter as exciting as the first half, because if it is, you're going to really enjoy it.
We've got the best crowd of the evening, no doubt.
Indeed. That three a little bit short. Corner three, chance and a foul. Now that's a big call. You're sending Terry to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
Raekwon Reed disagreeing with that as he was out defending. He thought he had all ball on that one.
Oh, back iron. Now put the kibosh on him.
Like I told you earlier, the 3 for 2.
Terry second. This time he's got it. Mentioned it in the first half. He averages 16 points per ball game, 4 steals, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
He's yet to make the conventional 2, and he's got 12 points right now on 3 free throws and 3 threes.
Wow. Well, you get lost in the action sometimes as a play-by-play man. I did not realize that. 2 free throws this time. 4-point lead. Blue Devils have won 9 straight. Indians 5 straight. Poked away.
Good defense right there.
Yeah, Damian Turner poked that one away.
Mouthpiece is still out though. And Turner just gave Jordan Black a little shot there.
Yeah, I saw that. Got a foul underneath this time. That 3 by McLeod, or the attempt anyway, waved off. Going to hit Chris Sharp for that foul, his second, team second in the second half. Blue Devils with it back, a minute into the second half. Just 2 points in this quarter. Big time steal. McLeod pushes, gives off to Atkins, a 3. No good. Gets his own rebound. And the dish with a finish. Chris Sharp.
Devin Atkins, such a catalyst. The steal, misses the 3, but he gets the rebound, then the assist, just all over the floor. He's got a little D-boss from Mississippi State to his game.
Wonder what sort of, as you mentioned, a comparison to a college player. That's strange. You read my mind. I was just wondering what sort of college attention he may be getting. Could not find a scouting report.
Well, you continue 26-7, you're going to get some looks.
Yeah, no kidding. Great move. Great big jump step there by Kevis Martin. The junior finishes. 4-point game. Cole lost it. Pass down low to Cole Johnson. He lost possession, and it'll turn into 2 easy points for Damian Turner and the Manchester Blue Devils.
Trayvon Lockhart, though, a lot of credit there on the defensive end to lead that break in transition.
Six-point game, 2 minutes in. McLeod off to Atkins. Atkins swings it over to Sharp. Sharp drives baseline and Has it stripped out of his hands. Terry. Down low. Can he finish it? Well, he'll get himself to the line at least. Great pass.
That's a great job by Saquon Terry. Great job. The no look in the lane.
Lockhart to the line. And 3 quick fouls. Now, I guess quick is relative. But 3 fouls nonetheless for the Indians here.
It's quick compared to none for Manchester.
Always 1 for 2. Goodness gracious. Atkins throws it away. Terry streaking to the bucket. Boy, he just gliding through the air on that last one.
Great recognition on the steal.
Don't look now. 9-point game, Justin. Nearly a steal. Sharp. Off glass, no good. Rebound underneath. And a foul. Sharp missed his own shot.
Yeah, he's been off on some of these shots, making some nice moves, but he's been off with the shot.
And then you wonder if that foul that followed was from frustration.
You see that a bunch, don't you?
Indeed. Timeout on the floor. 9-point game. Vidalia called that one, or did Manchester? I believe Manchester called it. Yep. 30-second timeout called by Curtis Noble.
It's a 24-9 run right now since the first quarter.
Wow, good point. I love a timeout when your team is going on a run.
It shows confidence. You're not afraid to do it because you have confidence in your team that you'll still carry that momentum over.
You point out to them exactly what they're doing right in the middle of the run. Sometimes a lot of coaches believe that you call a timeout in the middle of a run like this, when your team's making the run, I mean, and you point out exactly what they're doing right, and it sets in a little bit more.
Potential for a double-digit lead right now.
Kivas. That was easy. What's happened to the Vidalia defense in the paint here early on in the second half?
What's happened to my prediction of a tight late game in overtime potentially? It's gone by the boards, I guess.
You put the hex on it.
Yeah.
Foul inside.
But it's been a game of runs, so we'll probably see another the other way.
Indeed. No, in all honesty, we're sitting here being a little sarcastic and having fun, but you're right. For the viewers out there that are just tuning in, don't go anywhere now. Expect an Indian run. Lee McLeod knocks down the first. Two for two.
Now 2 of 3 in the game for the line.
(38-29). Push, drive, dish, off glass and in. Offense really starting to open up now for Manchester. Or is it perhaps a result of straggling defense for Vidalia? One way or another, Prather gets the basket down on the Manchester end, and it's an 11-point game.
This is the time, though, you've got to look to Devin Atkins or Jordan Block. You've got to look to these 2 guys who are so good so early to show a little leadership.
Atkins comes flying in off the miss there. Had it for a moment. Blue Devils push. 2-on-1. Give and go, excuse me. And a foul underneath.
It's a textbook break right there. You don't need to dribble the ball. Just keep it moving.
Fifth foul. Team foul, that is. Turner. Hits. Junior right-hander puts it up and in. Boy, 13-point game. Look at Atkins. What a ball handler.
15-4 quarter thus far, just 4 minutes in.
Johnson up top, gives back off to Atkins. Devin trying to penetrate and can't, and then he finds Cole wide open. That reminiscent of the first half, or at least the first quarter.
Atkins literally triple teamed at the top there, and you knew somebody was open. Good recognition there to find Johnson down low.
.11 game. Trapped in the corner, and they will hit him with a foul. One of those two young men going to be hit with a foul. Turner was absolutely hemmed in.
Yeah, that's not a good foul.
Oh boy.
Third. That's not a good foul though, because he was absolutely put in the corner there, and they let him out. They bailed him out.
Steal. Bad pass. Atkins. Devin finishes. Boy, that kid's some kind of player. Devin Atkins is some kind of player. His height will hurt him as far as scouting moving to the next level, but he could play to mid-major. I believe that. Here he comes. Explosion to the rack, and he's fouled. Can that kid play to mid-major right now, you think?
He's a heck of a ball player, absolutely.
I think he can as well.
And what is a mid-major these days?
Well, good point. Yeah.
It's all changing. You see the whole landscape changing with the Butlers moving up in the world, and you see every single year a VCU, a George Mason.
Oh.
He'll be playing at the next level. That I'll tell you.
Yep. He'd look good in black and gold. Kennesaw State. Putting a little plug in there. Off the iron. That's rare. See that young man miss 2 free throws.
I think it was a lack of focus after just rimming out the first one. It seemed like he wasn't set on that second one.
Oh, and he gets absolutely plowed over there. He was begging for a call. He did not get it. Eccles driving in, dishes off, and the shot by Favors doesn't fall. We got a foul inside.
Strong rebound. Ramel Tompkins came down with it once again. He can get up, and when he gets that board, he's strong getting that possession.
9-point game.
Possessions are going to start getting larger as the clock starts getting smaller.
DJ Mincy into the ball game, gives off to Atkins, who throws up a deep, deep three that's no good. Johnson had it for a split second. It comes squirting out of his hands, and the Blue Devils have it back. Kivas tripped up, nearly lost possession.
Well done. Reset the play. It was out of control. They retained possession, reset it.
Kivas lost his balance, couldn't finish. Favors couldn't finish it either. And eventually Tompkins comes away with a rebound. Gives off, the push. Oh boy. That one went in and out for Trey Hardy. Now wait a minute. We're gonna have a conversation here. And an interruption by the fans in maroon.
As long as you get the call right, I'm fine with that. Referees did the right thing. Come over, talk to him. As long as the call's right, that's a good call.
Initially, the out-of-bounds call was in favor of Vidalia.
You could tell, though, the near ref was not as sure.
Steps away from the defender, throws up the three, no good. The putback, maybe on the second opportunity, no, sent away.
And Tompkins again on the defensive end.
Terry driving into an empty lane that's filled by 2 defenders. A loose ball after the block picked up by Eccles, and they'll start it again. A lot of second chance opportunities here over the last few possessions. Holy smokes.
I'm impressed right now with Ramel Tompkins. The sophomore has been an absolute beast down low. Just had the block before, pulling down some boards. Manchester's had some second opportunities, but it's not been his fault.
We've been stuck on 42-33 for what seems like 3 minutes. Devin, dish off McBride off glass. Not a bad idea on that shot. Couldn't finish it. And a foul inside.
You're starting to feel the Indians build this thing back a little bit. They're starting to reel it back in.
Sophomore DJ Mincy going to the line, the 5'8" guard. Got to make free throws if you want to get back in it. Just one, but the loose ball picked up by McBride. Underneath, then the score. McBride, a great job of hitting the cutting Trey Hardy. Junior hit sophomore, gets their team back to within 6 and a steal. No, wait.
Steal and a foul on Manchester.
Yep. That foul on Kivas Martin before Devin Atkins had the chance to break away. 5th foul on Manchester, 2nd on Martin. And here we go. Here we go, Justin. About almost in the 1-and-1.
Another run right here. Remember, this is just a 13-point game with about 3 minutes to go here in the quarter.
Oh, a reach in.
Nickel dimer.
Whew. Some people say that would say that's a makeup call from earlier. I wouldn't, because I don't believe in that. Devin keys it in, and the pass is knocked away. A beautiful job by Turner. However, boy, they're going to call that foul on Devin Atkins right there.
That's not a good play, though. That's a frustration foul right there. And he knows it.
Now just the first on him. So not bad as far as his personal fouls go, but not great in the respect that it sends Manchester to the line. He missed it. Rebound underneath. It's a big time scramble for a loose ball. The jump ball in favor of the Blue Devils.
Cordarius Favors doing some work there, looking like Derek Favors.
Closing in on the end of the 3rd stanza here at Macon. Obvious foul. Boy. That one will make you shake your head. Chris Sharp hit on that foul.
It is, but it's going to give them more than likely a possession, so it's not the end of the world. You do send them to the line. You're going to give up probably at least 1 point, you would think, but you're going to get a possession instead of Manchester bleeding the clock.
Makes the first. 8th foul, by the way. So free throw shooting will definitely be a big part of the storyline that will unfold in the 4th quarter. Kivas dips and hits the second. 2 free throws made by Kivas Martin. And the Indians push. Mincy gives off. Atkins going to drive. Throw up a right-handed floater that falls. My goodness, Devin Atkins with a beautiful final shot of the 3rd quarter. 6-point game. 1 quarter to play to decide who meets Laney in the state championship game. You can watch the 4th quarter unfold on the GHSA network. Back at the Macon Centerplex, it's been a tremendous 3 quarters of action between Vidalia and Manchester, and the 4th quarter should prove to be more of the same. Justin Hanover and Chris Mooneyham from the Macon Centerplex. Thanks for joining us on the GHSA Network. Your thoughts on the 3rd quarter?
Well, I'll tell you, the crowd's involved right now, that's for sure. It was a good 4th quarter. Again, a game of runs. Manchester came out of the gate on fire, but then Vidalia started reeling it back in. And now we have a number of 6, very reachable.
Cole Johnson found underneath. Chance at the 3-point play, which would bring his team back to within 3.
And 1 possession.
Timeout called. Curtis Noble and the Manchester Blue Devils. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Or no, pardon me, a full timeout.
I mean, remember, this was just a 13-point game.
Yep.
Midway through that 3rd quarter, this lead was up. You knew the way these teams are. They're too good for one of them to just get all of a sudden run out of the gym. Vidalia's making their run now. Maybe Manchester will make another run early in the 4th. Vidalia will come back. It's a swing game right here.
Yep. If you've never had the opportunity, I implore you to come down to the Macon Centerplex to take in this semifinal action. It is quite an experience when you get an exciting game down here, whether you have any vested interest in the teams that are playing down here. Just as an impartial fan and a fan of sports and high school sports especially. It's a great, great scene down here.
It's a good atmosphere.
It really is. So much passion. You get all these communities colliding. 24 teams, 12 games over 3 days. That's just the semifinals now. Cole Johnson back at the line. And hits. The junior big man completes the 3-point play. We're at 44-41.
Double figures for Cole now with 10 points.
Terry hits. See some kind of smooth player.
Yeah, that's a nice move right there. He's got 17, a game high.
Right at his per game average. Atkins, no way. Nope, air ball.
That's the 2nd time he's done this.
Yeah.
Where he has not even looked at the hoop. He's been well behind the 3-point line, and he's come up well short.
I don't like that decision. I think that's basically what you're saying as well, right? Not a fan of that shot.
No, you're the team leader. You can't lead by just chucking stuff up like that.
Speaking of which, and when Kivas got hold of that last loose ball, he was standing out of bounds. 5-point game.
Let's see Atkins' decision now after that last bad one.
That one much better. Cole's decision to hit the cutter down the baseline, an equally good decision.
Yeah, real nice interior pass there by the big guy. Cole Johnson, good hands down low, corrals it, knew he didn't have to go up to the hoop, found a streaker. Good job there.
Trey Hardy, the sophomore, misses back iron on the first. So he's not able to add to his tally in this one. Sophomore with 2 points tonight. Right-hander, bends his knees and his elbows, dips and rises and hits. 4-point game. 8 fouls committed by each team. By the way, live update for you from Gwinnett. Milton, a 12-point lead on Harrison at 53-41 with a little over 2 minutes left in 3rd quarter action. At the top, Eccles. Zay trying to take his defender. That's Mincy on him. Now the threes on top of each other. Terry guarded by Hardy. They'll try to drive in a 3-ball. Goes. Oh, what a big shot Damian Turner hits. 7-point game. Work around and a foul.
14 now for Turner. He's starting building up his point total.
Favors tried to jump that, for lack of a better phrase, I'll use a football phrase. He tried to jump the route. and committed the foul.
Equated to a little PI.
Yeah.
Pass interference.
Here's Mincy, and he hits the first. DJ with just a couple of free throws on his tally sheet tonight. Make it 3. And that's the extent of his points in this one. 2 big free throws here, however, 5-point game. Any sort of defensive change that you would throw out there if, oh boy.
It's been more aggressive right now of late.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the defenses, I think, starting to get a little more aggressive, a little more full court.
You like it? Would you stay with it? Would you try to change something up at this crucial moment in the ball game?
I'm fine with it. If you think you're the team with more depth, with better legs, with better stamina, this is a time when the legs can get wobbly.
I think both of these teams believe they have the better stamina. We'll see. Drive. Challenged and sent away. Ramel Tompkins, boy. You pointed it out numerous times here, Justin. He has been so big underneath.
He's been a force down there.
Turnover. Back down on the offensive end for Vidalia, so it's almost wasted. Oh, boy. Crowd going to hate that call. At least the ones clad in maroon.
It's a good defensive play by Chris Sharp. I do think, though, you have to call that. He got enough of the body. He affected enough of the play. I don't think you can let him get away with it, and that's a good call by the refs.
That's the 5th on Sharp, and so he is done. 9th foul, by the way, on Vidalia.
Both teams now at 9, so this thing's going to come down to a free throw shooting contest potentially.
First one good. Zay Eccles. Well, if this guy is involved in that free throw battle, Manchester will be very happy. One of the best free throw shooters and shooters, period. Zay, the 5'7" guard, knocks down 2 of 2 and then promptly checks out of the ball game. 6-point lead. Oh, a steal. Oh, look at that job. Oh, are you kidding me, Justin Hanover? Are you kidding me? What a beautiful play.
It's the defensive pressure being turned up. We're seeing it on both ends right now.
Wow. He jumped in to make the steal, and as he did, threw it off of the Vidalia player that had just thrown the ball in bounds. So Manchester gets possession back, up by 7 at 5:45.
Ramel Tompkins, once again, he's just a force down there, only a sophomore. Get a little meat on his bones, and it'll be even better.
You can see he's got the frame for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Terry. Off to Turner. Damian lost it. Turnover at 5:25. Holloway.
Unselfish to a fault there. Almost should have taken that to the hole.
Exactly what I was about to say. You are correct, sir. Deshaun, I think, definitely should have went up with that one. The sophomore at 5'8".
Yeah, he drove the lane. His space sort of started getting real small. He tried to thread it with the bounce.
Wow.
Speaking about threading it, DJ Mincy just threaded it right there in the hole.
Chance to cut it to a 4-point game. DJ front irons it. Turner gives off to Terry, a 3. No good. Put a little too much on that one. Hardy came out with it, gives it off to Atkins. Atkins, boy, oh boy.
Got nailed that a little bit there.
Yeah, he did. Devin got to slow down. Got to slow down, young man.
1 on 3, it's not really the move to go, I agree.
He might be the best player on the court, but as of late, he's been a little bit out of control.
He's trying to do a little bit too much. He knows what's at stake here. He wants to will his team to victory.
Jump step, floater, off iron, rebound underneath Hardy, reset the possession. Maybe. Ball loose. Kivas gets to it, and then the follow is up and in. Kivas Martin was able to get to it before the Vidalia player. He laid it up. The shot did not go in, but Terry followed behind him. And now a turnover. This could be a momentum shift. Damian Turner with the bucket. 4:20 left. The Blue Devil faithful of Manchester and Meriwether County on their feet with another turnover. Martin followed up and in.
I think that was a pass off the backboard.
Lockhart was there for the follow. Manchester all of a sudden has exploded out to an 11-point lead.
And Damian Turner just got teed up.
Oh, wow.
Technical foul on Damian Turner. I did not see what he did.
Wow. I would have to say it would be something to the effect of taunting. Don't want to speculate. Well, just the facts. You're right. It was Turner. It was his third foul. And that's crucial because, yes, Manchester has gone on a big-time run here to push it to 11. But with the technical, 2 free throws and possession.
It's been a rough last minute or two for Devin Atkins, though.
Yeah.
Things just have come a little bit too fast all of a sudden for him. He's trying to do too much. He needs to just settle down, makes those free throws.
Well, that's got to be frustrating for Curtis Noble. You're on the verge of eliminating Vidalia in this ball game. All the momentum, an 11-point lead at 4:08. Now all of a sudden, could be a 4, maybe 5-point swing. Atkins works around one screen. They tried for the double screen. A 3-ball, that's big. Tompkins, not the shot they wanted.
An open look, but you're right. He's not the one you really want shooting that
3. 3:57. 9-point game. And a turnover, timeout, pardon me.
It almost feels like Vidalia lost a little bit of composure in about a 90-second window, and this thing was pushed up from 4 to 11. And Manchester seized it.
Yeah.
Now 9 with 3:55 to go. It's going to be tough. It's a tall task right now for the Indians. It's not insurmountable.
Oh, no.
By any means.
But
with both teams in the double bonus like this, it's going to be hard for them to climb back from this 9-point hole.
does Vidalia have one last run in them? This has been one of the most amazing ball games you would ever see for runs. I mean, literally so amazing if you're just tuning in that Justin and I have been predicting runs, and then they happen on numerous occasions. It's amazing. You say, all right, this is where the run starts for this team. This is where the run starts for that team, and then it happens. But can Vidalia do it again?
The clock is certainly an Indian enemy right now.
Yeah. Terry gives off, and possibly a steal. Nope. Boy, he comes crashing over the table over here, does Tompkins, and the tip up on the miss is put up and in. DeMonta Prather. That's huge.
That's unlucky. That's real good hustle, good defense by Tompkins. Unlucky.
The floater by Mincy, no good. They got to get this loose ball. Holloway trying to get it to Atkins and cannot. Mincy The Vidalia crowd telling them to get on it. Trey Hardy. Atkins steps up, has it blocked from behind, and he'll go to the line. It's a two-shot foul. 2 shots.
I'll tell you, that was a heady play, though, by Atkins. Because if this was a couple of minutes ago, I think he just would have fired up that three with a man in his face. He pump faked, he went to the hole, gave up the three-point opportunity to get it 2, and was fouled.
Chance at free points. The clock not moving. His team down by 11. And he hits. $17 now for the Indians star. Make it 18. 2:58 left. Clock rolls, 9-point game.
I'd apply a little more pressure here, taking the ball over.
Absolutely. Just about to ask you that very same question. Here we go. Oh, boy.
It's going to be a lot of free throws in the next 2 minutes, 45 seconds, I think.
That was intentional, right? He didn't just lose control and fouling. I don't know that I would have fouled immediately. At least maybe not Martin. Hits.
Big second half here for Kivas. No points at the break. Right now he's got 7 with another free throw coming here in the second half.
Can't hit the second. Tompkins the rebound, and they got to hurry. Atkins pushes. Devin. Bet on him to throw it up, and he does. He's fouled.
Smart play.
Boy.
Picked up the dribble, but a smart play once the defender went in the air.
That's it for Kivas Martin, by the way. Kivas fouls out. He's still got to be proud of his performance tonight, an integral part of this 10-point lead. Chance to cut it to 7. Gets the roll. This thing not over yet, Justin. It's the second.
6 made free throws in the quarter alone for Atkins.
Wow. Doing a bang-up job with the stats tonight.
That's what I do.
You're doing a million times better job than I would, my friend. He knocks down all 3.
Still no pressure. They're going to give him these 10 seconds to get it over. A precious 10 seconds.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now they're doubling them.
Oh, wait a minute. They are going to say that Zay Nichols stepped out of bounds as he was about to make his move.
Yeah,
holy smokes.
That's recognition from Eccles that he should be a little better with.
That's the second time we've seen that young man do that. I hate to point it out. I'm not trying to pick on him, but that is such a crucial mistake. This game's still well within reach. Cole Johnson, oh boy, that's a big miss. Follows it up and scores. 2:15 left. It's just a 6-point game, 5-point game. You can play this thing straight up now, Justin. You don't have to foul. 2 minutes left.
He was just off his feet. I don't think he did on purpose. I think Trey Hardy left his feet, and then he went around him on the side, and he just had to sort of touch him. They're not intentionally fouling.
I don't think either one of them were.
No, I don't.
Terry hits. Last update for you. For the boys semifinals up in Gwinnett. The Milton Eagles are going back to the state championship game. They are on the verge of putting away Harrison. Manchester trying to do the same.
21 now for Terry, game high.
7-point game. Tompkins. Atkins. Devin wanting to work around the screen. Drives in and he's fouled. Two shots. 1 of 2 for Devin Atkins. 6-point game, 1 minute and 54 seconds left.
And only a 2-possession game. I know it's a couple of threes, but it's still a 2-possession game right now.
Winner faces the Laney Wildcats in the state championship game. Oh boy, trapped in the corner. Eventually, he's able to get rid of it. Work around, they're putting the press on, double team every man that gets the possession. Atkins comes and reaches in.
I don't know if Terry's the man you want to put to the line, though.
Right, right. Third on Atkins.
And you see the offense-defense substitutions. Cole Johnson constantly coming in and out.
Hits.
Mel Tompkins in for defense. Cole Johnson's in for offense.
For an 8-point lead. Terry gets the friendly bounce. Jordan Black also into the ball game as DJ Mincy goes out. Jordan
hasn't scored since the first quarter.
Now they're
5 in that quarter.
And now they're trying to work Atkins off a screen. Instead, they dump it down low where Tompkins is. Can't hit the little bunny, and Manchester's got it back. 1:15 left. Well, now they got to get up there and foul. If you were fouling before, you surely got to foul now. Underneath, goes for the exclamation point. And instead, he's fouled. It's Trayvon Lockhart who will go to the line. And the Blue Devil faithful slowly letting their emotions come out.
1:06 to go. Lead could be back up to double digits potentially right here.
What a magical season it's been for the Manchester Blue Devils. Knew they were going to be good. But this good? Atkins, not this time off back iron. It's loose. This is big loose ball. He throws up another one. That will not fall. Tompkins underneath where he's stripped. And Lockhart comes out of it. Hits Terry on the break. And now it may be 48 seconds away. Listen to the exultation in the Macon Centerplex. Boy, oh boy. They just can't get it to a 4-possession game. Still 9-point lead. Terry takes a deep breath, relaxes his shoulders a couple of times, spins, dips, shoots, and hits. A 10-point game. The push by Hardy. Trey drives in on the big hop step and scores. Timeout called by Tommy Daly.
You see the Blue Devils basically gave that up. They're going to give up the 2s right now.
Yep.
They're just not going to give up the 3s. They can afford that because they know for the most part they're going to be getting fouled on the other way, getting 2 shots. More than likely they'll hit one of those 2. They'll trade 1 for 2 right now with 41 seconds.
It's been a tremendous second day of action here at the Macon Centerplex. Yesterday, the single A boys and girls. Today, the double A boys and girls. We saw the Lovett Lions, the Lady Lions, punch their ticket in the first game today into the state championships. They'll face Buford in our third game. The Buford Lady Wolves absolutely rolled Brooks County. The winner of this one faces the Wildcats from Laney. Deep pass. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that. What a tremendous decision by Lockhart with the volleyball spike out to his teammate. Ball loose. Underneath Mincy, lays it up and in.
The best part of that previous play, by the way, Chris, you see it so many times over and over, and it's a pet peeve of mine. He knew to run the baseline. You see so many players on every level, every single level, they don't run the baseline. They stand there, they lose the ground they're allowed to have on that play to perfection. He ran the baseline, created space, and opened up the pass.
8-point game, 26.9. Not quite over. You bang down to 3. You get a steal. Both sides on their feet here. I want to remind you all, 4 more games coming up tomorrow here at the Macon Centerplex. The AAA action.
Again.
Yep. Lockhart foul. Trayvon going to the line, the senior.
It's a credit to Curtis Noble. He has his guys prepared.
Yep, 5th foul on Trey Hardy, and his evening is done as well. The 3rd player to foul out of this ball game, by the way. Again, 4 AAA ball games coming up tomorrow. We'll start with Washington County and North Hall on the girls' side, followed by Drew and Washington of Atlanta on the boys' side. Then the night games, west side of Augusta versus Columbia, and Eagles Landing in the nightcap versus Columbia. 10-point game. Push. Jordan. Floater that goes. Jordan Black hits the floater at 17.6. And again, an 8-point game.
Manchester will take this. They'll keep trading those foul shots, 1 or 2 for the 2. Jordan Black's first point since the first quarter. He had 5 points early on and just scored there for the first time since the first 8 minutes.
Well, what was the difference? What was the difference in this one? Ball handling and kind of a mixture of decision making.
It was the 2-minute stretch where Devin Atkins had possession. He fumbled it around once. He tripped once. He had a 3-point shot, which wasn't good. It was that 90-second stretch, which led to 2 fast break layups, that stemmed the momentum of getting back to 4, pushed it back up to about 10.
They also committed a couple of fouls, which gave Manchester a couple of 3, 2, 3. I think they made 3 out of 4.
Right, and don't get me wrong, Manchester's played very well, and they probably deserve this win.
Sure.
But it was that 90-second stretch. Devin Atkins has played great, but in that little bit, those 3-4 possessions, it was not his best and not the team's best, and I think that stemmed the tide the other way for the Blue Devils.
Yep. Yeah, because it was a 4-point game at that point, right? 4-point game. It ballooned up to 11.
And a great stat we were just handed here, all 4 of Vidalia's losses have come in their road uniforms.
Yep. Yeah, this got to be such a, if they go on to lose it.
Well, next time, just make sure you don't bring the road uniforms, and if you have to have a technical, you have a technical.
Yeah. Foul. Trayvon going back to the line. It'll take a minor miracle now. Vidalia 27-3 this year. 14-2 inside of a very tough Region 2. Outscored their opponents by 20 points per ball game. Came into this with 5 straight wins. I know we've went over all these numbers, but you have to celebrate a great season like this for Vidalia. A true state championship contender. And all 3 of their losses this season coming into this one by a combined 11 points. Second free throw up and good. 9-point game. Push, shot by Atkins, no good. Ball still loose. Tompkin got it, and they threw it away. And that should do it. They're celebrating in Meriwether County. the Manchester Blue Devils going back to the state championship game. It'll be Wildcats and Blue Devils. What a tremendous, tremendous display by Manchester. Saquon Terry goes for 21, 24. Damian Turner goes for 16. On the other side for Vidalia, Devin Atkins, a gallant 22. What a tremendous day of basketball. For our point tonight in the production crew, Lisa Weiss, Amy Walker, Todd Edwards, our main cameraman, and of course my broadcast partner, Justin Hanover. It's been a pleasure working with you for the first time, my friend.
It's been fun.
I'm Chris Mooneyham. 4 more games tomorrow, this time inside the AAA classification. Your exclusive home for the state semifinals, right here on the GHSA Network.